Hi, everybody. It's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert and your Akashic Record advisor. How are you doing this afternoon? Wow. These shifts, these times, the alignments of the planet is just super duper amazing. And so I'm stepping it up and bringing you on a little bit more video time to talk to you about what's happening. So if you come on here live, you can put a comment up if you have a question. Otherwise, today, the reason that I came on was to channel some Palladian wisdom. I haven't done that before, so this is a new territory for me. But basically, the Palladians are beings that are guiding us during this time of ascension, because this is something that most of us haven't been through. Some of us have, but most of us have not been through this kind of a energy adjustment. So there's a lot of things coming together. There are Akashic records that are coming together. What's an Akashic record? It's the book of life. It's the recording of all of your lifetimes, of everything you've lived, everything you've felt, everything you've done, everything you've been throughout many lifetimes. And all of that is being brought forward in time and space to right now. So, lives from the past, present, future, other dimensions, anything that's needing cleansing is coming forward in this time and being pushed, if you will, into this space. And so, a lot of us are feeling anxiety from this life. We're feeling fears from this life about what's happening. But there's also stuff that's coming forward from these other times. So for the visualization, think of your divine self, your all that is the part of you that God, Spirit, or Source created. And that perfect beingness in likeness of its creator decided that it wanted to learn, it wanted to participate fully in coming incarnate or into a 3D world. And so that divine being chose several different lifetimes to live simultaneously. So it's kind of an Einstein type theory that everything is existing all at once. And I think Stephen Hawkins may have talked about that as well, or Hawking, sorry. But this afternoon, some of my guides came forward and they said, it's time for you to bring a message from the Pleiadians, the bringers of the dawn, if you will, because this is it. The age of Aquarius, if I'm understanding what they call it correctly. And so they were telling me that there's many of you that are just not handling this well. There's so many changes so quickly, so much to adjust to. And it depends on where you are in your spiritual journey as to how much these things are affecting you. So if you've done a lot of work on yourself over the last few years, over the last few months, then you're much more advanced in making the transitions than the people that haven't done that. So if you're just new to all of this, just waking up and wondering what's happening, this is it. This is it. There is so many things transforming and changing. And one thing that that my guides and the Pleiadians asked me to talk about is you're going to see a lot of smoke and mirrors going on during this time period. You're going to see quite a few things that appear as one thing, but they're really something else. And then you're also going to see people bringing things forward and telling you it's this, when actually there's something over here that's more lovely and more wonderful, but they're calling it the same name. So something very easy to think about is the new internet connections. they're calling it 5G, I believe. And so fascinating to me that this started coming out when more and more people began to talk about 5D, which is the fifth dimension. That's where love frequency is. That's where an uplifting, nurturing, caring, divine energy is at that fifth dimension. It's a higher frequency than we live in the 3D body. And that started in opening up big time. And then they started talking about this 5G. And so it's like, you know, here we have a reality of things that are really happening in the spiritual, emotional arena, that some folks do not want you to know about. So boom, they name a product and put it right over it, so that those that are out there looking actively for something they know isn't right, this comes up. And the 5G, from my understanding, is a higher frequency. And there are some real damaging effects to the human psyche from what I've read. So it's something to think about. But I'm going to encourage you this afternoon to really think about what are you seeing versus what's really there, using the example that I just gave. I'm looking over to, I've got my laptop today in my new studio setting, and I'm giving that a whirl as opposed to doing it on my phone. But let me tune in very quickly and ask the Pleiadians what else it is that they would have us know. What else would they like me to share with you to help bring you hope during this time, to bring you peace during this time? They're telling me, no, it's not hope, it's peace. They're absolutely desiring that all of us to relax and be at peace. They're telling us not to worry, but to take decisive action. So if you're having financial difficulties, if you lost your job, if you're in one of those zones where, you know, you're on lockdown again, if there's unrest happening, I'm hearing from some people over in the European countries that there are lockdown procedures going into place, that there's a change in the way that people are being managed by the government, and some pretty scary things that are getting back to me. So certain freedoms may be disappearing or dissipating, and that can be scary, especially when you're used to having them. So the Pleiadians would like for you to know, just please don't be afraid. Do what you can to ground yourself. Do what you can to be at peace and to know that we are going to get through this, that this is going to be a huge transformation for a lot of us. So what else they're telling me is that there's a scripture in the Bible, they say, that's very handy. That one, it's in Philippians 4:8-9, and I will read that to you very quickly. But they're saying this is a great way to still your mind, because so many of us, our minds are all over the place right now, just attempting to handle what's happening. So, so it says there to focus on things that are true, focus on things that are honest, pure, lovely, of a positive report, things that are praiseworthy, and a virtue, and to meditate on those things. So I'm going to encourage you to spend some time meditating. If you've never meditated before, the easiest meditation is to just find a place that you like to sit, that you can sit still and quiet for a little bit. It's a beautiful day in Colorado here outside, so you could put on a jacket and just sit in the sun for a little bit and be at peace and be still. So I'm going to see if there's anything else So the wisdom is they're saying that if you're feeling like that you want to clean your area wherever you're at, your home, your office, they're saying that the clutter being decreased from your immediate surrounding will decrease what is in your mind. They're saying that after December, there's going to be a different shift in the frequencies, but this shift is going to last for about 4 months. And during that time, there's going to be a resurfacing, a rebuilding of, they're saying a resurgence of the collective consciousness that's been suppressed. There's going to be a huge amount of feeling. There'll be a huge amount of feeling of unrest, but they're saying underneath the unrest, there's purity. They're saying the unrest has to purge itself for us to see still or calmer waters. They're saying during this time to really focus on self-awareness, self-regulation, cohesive thinking. They're saying there's going to be a lot of cognitive dissonance, so be mindful. They're saying that if you ask for what it is you desire, you'll be pointed in the right direction. And to walk on faith, if you will, of things not seen, because they will be there for you. You've got to walk forward, though. They're saying going backwards, pulling with inside of yourself will just stall you out. And you've got to maintain the forward momentum. They're saying it's so important that if you're going forward in something and you hit a block, to reevaluate what's happening and step back from that block and move in a different direction. They're saying deer in the headlights, staying stuck is not going to serve you. They're saying that some of you are living still in fear when the light is shining so brightly. They say there's a lot of 3D world things to cause the fear right now, but you must remain pure in your mission. They say if you don't know what your mission is, to spend some time in meditation. They're telling me that if you have access to water, that you can do this in a sauna for a little bit. They're saying you can do it in a hot tub for a little bit. They're just saying anywhere where you can get water moving around your body or in and out of your lungs. If you don't have access to that, they're also indicating that a lavender or a bath, a warm bath with sea salt, Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, or lavender in it, something that calms you, a quartz crystal, labradorite, citrine. Those things can be placed in the water with you. If you have none of those things, they're saying those 3 crystals can be combined and placed near you as you shower, like on the edge of a bathtub, or maybe hanging in a little shower-proof bag. They're saying that candlelight is good to remind us of the flame within. They're saying there's nothing truer than the light, which is love and peace and joy. They're saying they want me to come back and share some more tomorrow, because this is enough to guide you for today. So they're stepping back. Also, I would personally like to remind you that yesterday was a full moon, and I forgot on my video yesterday to include that, with Uranus being the only planet in retrograde. So I'm asking my other guides if there's anything else that they would like me to share. There's nothing that they're saying. This is what they call, this is November 30th, 2020. This is what they call Cyber Monday. So if you would like to purchase an angel reading, or if you're looking for a gift for the holidays, I have only like 12 of these bags available. And they look like this. They've got really pretty paper, and inside of them is a gift card and a small angel that somebody can carry in their pocket, that they can use to focus or to stay centered when things get a little rough. So if that's something that you'd like to buy a friend, if you have a friend who you've been wanting to buy a session for or give something to help them feel more uplifted, you can go over to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on the sessions or services. I changed it to services today, and you'll find all the cyber specials there. Some of the specials will expire tonight at midnight, and it's labeled on the website. So thank you for joining me. I know this is not a normal time for me to come on, but there are so many things happening, and I really would like to address as many questions as I can. So I'm going to ask you to, if you have questions, post them down in this feed below so I can see them before I get on tomorrow. Or if you'd like, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on contact and scroll down, and you can send me an email with your questions before I get on tomorrow so that I can be more of service. So I'm going to conclude this new video style, and have a great and wonderful day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, put the comments down below, and I will see you back here tomorrow for a terrific Tuesday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time.